We are here, and today my neighbor's doing some construction upstairs, so if you hear some drilling, I apologize. But hello and welcome back. Have you ever seen the music video for that song I just played? Because it's very silly. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope my mic is working, so let me know in the comments if it isn't. Today we're doing whole body writing. And whole body writing is a practice that I came really late to. Well, I mean, I'm doing a unique version of it today, but I used to be a sit down at the computer, hunched over kind of writer for a long time. Good morning, everybody. The sound is good. Thank you, Tamara. Thank you, Anouk. So I used to be a very lumped down writer who would just write. And often it was 60 pages before I even got somewhere. And this is kind of a system I learned through going to school, National Theatre School, and it's a bit of a combination of some movement practices, but movement has really helped me unlock my stories and my work. So if you get it uncomfortable in this activity, we're gonna do an 8-minute activity together. I want you to really pay attention to what parts of this activity are you least comfortable with? Which parts are the most challenging for you? Because that's gonna say a lot about you as an artist, maybe. And it's also going to help you think about when I'm feeling stuck, what are the things I haven't tried yet? What are the things I avoid doing, right? Oh, Mika's here today. Hi, Mika. I'm glad you're here. You didn't miss anything yet. So whole body moving. Make sure you have a pen and paper ready. I really suggest you write handwriting, not typing, so you can separate the editor from the writer. So please have a paper or pen that you love writing in, like my butterfly book. And make a little space around you. Today we're going to do some moving and writing. So I'm going to bring you through a series of activities in order to help you explore a moment of your story that you're working on, whether it's a play you're working on. Some people told me there's some screenwriters who are watching this, which is great. Poets, painters, whatever you're working on, there's probably a story there because that's what keeps us interested. I want you to think today about a moment that you're exploring. And if you have no clue what you're doing, at all, then just think of a moment that you might want to explore, like a dad telling something to his son, or a mother telling something to her child, or a husband telling something to his wife, or somebody going on a race, or somebody going on something. You make up the situation. Just play today. If you're not stuck how you started. So think of a moment. David Lynch is a filmmaker and a screenwriter, and he talks a lot about he goes fishing for moments, and once he's found 40 moments, he has a movie. Right? It's like finding the moments is how you move your plot forward rather than sitting down and trying to finish a whole play. So think about a moment. Oh, and Johnny Walker's here too. It's all my favorites are here today. Think about a moment from your piece. It could be a moment you haven't written yet, or it could be a moment you already wrote and you want to go back and flesh it out. So I'm going to give you 10 seconds to really think and write down at the top of your page as clearly as you can, what is this moment, right? While you're doing that, I want to say when I do high school visits, and I miss high school visits so much. Oh my gosh. I never thought I'd miss going to that stinky place. But when I go to high schools, I always notice something, that the gyms and the sports stuff is right front and center at the front of the school. And the theater and the drama club are often locked in the basement or in the classroom at the furthest end of the school. And one of the first things I say when I get there is people say, oh, they have paper and pens. What else will they need? And I say they're going to need gym clothes. They should be in their gym clothes. And everyone's always like, gym clothes? What? Why would they need to be in their gym clothes? And it's because you don't just write your story from right here and right at the tip of your pen. Your whole body needs to write your story. Stinky gym clothes, exactly. No wonder it's stinky. I make them wear gym clothes. Thank you, Jacqueline. That's a good point. So you have your moment. It's at the top of your page. It's very important that you follow every step of the next few minutes. Even if you get an idea and you're like, that's it, eureka, that's the idea I've been waiting for. I want you to not write that down till I tell you to write things down. And at the end of the 8 minutes, you can write whatever you want. This is either going to be a cheat sheet that's going to help you write a scene, or it's going to be something that you can go back to a scene you wrote and add more to it. So the first thing is, often we don't do this. We're so excited to write, we just start instead of just sitting and reflecting for a minute. So all I'm going to ask you to do is for 1 minute, you're going to sit silent. And don't skip this part and don't write anything down. Don't cheat. Even if an idea comes, let it sit, let it go. Because you'll get back to that idea. If it's meant to be in your story, it will. So first, 1 minute, sit still. I'm going to say a few things during the minute, but mostly we're going to try to stay completely silent. Think about the moment. Close your eyes if you can. Picture the moment. It may start as words, and then it starts turning into images. What are some images of the moment? You're not writing, just meditate on it. Do you see any faces? Emotion? Do you feel any energy? A tense moment? A loose moment? You got 30 more seconds. Keep going. Just lightly picturing getting into the moment mentally. Maybe you don't like thinking about it. Maybe you love thinking about it. Just note that and keep thinking 10 more seconds. Good. Don't write anything. I want you to doodle for 1 minute. Draw. And you can just draw images. You can draw little images from that moment. You can draw faces that you saw. You can even just draw like lines and abstract feelings. All that matters is your pen keeps moving and you draw for 1 minute. Start drawing. Go. If you're not a good drawer, that's fine. Just go. What does this moment look like on the paper? 1 minute. Go. Don't overthink it. Draw lines and arrows and squiggles. Let it be messy. If you just put the pen on the paper, where does it go? Down and low, up and high, spirals. Ignore the construction. Are you drawing little hearts and cute things? Are you drawing jagged teeth and ugly things? Try drawing this moment in lines. Is it a straight line, a curve, a spiral? Draw it like a heartbeat for 10-15 seconds. In the last 10 seconds, try to draw this moment as a circle. What does the circle look like? Is it a full circle, a half circle, incomplete circle, big circle, little circle, bunch of circles in a circle? How does this look as a circle? It's very intuitive. 10 seconds. Okay, so I want you to stand up and make some space. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, then move your chair and make some space. I'm going to ask you to move for 1 minute. Here's a few things that I want you to remember before you start. Don't start, just get in your body. I know it feels a little weird. Maybe it's not your thing. Note that. Oh, this feels weird to move through my work. I'm going to give you a minute. I'm going to be quiet, which is a new thing, where you're going to, you're just going to move through the moment. And I don't mean pantomime acting it out like this is her giving a flower to her sister. Like, no, I want you to just see, does this make you feel heavy or light? Does it make you go up or down? Do you get out of breath and fast, or is it slow and still? There's no wrong answer. You're not stuck how you started. It's just 1 minute. And I want you to just move through it. Emotionally, don't mime it. If you have to mime it because you can't think of anything else to do, maybe you're not an abstract mover, that's fine. Miming it is better than nothing. All that matters is for 1 minute, you're going to move. I'm going to be quiet and go to the fly cam. Actually do this, please. Don't start writing. 1 minute, move through the scene, move through the moment. Pay attention to any movement, even if it seems like it doesn't make sense. Just do it anyways. 1 minute, take a breath. 1 minute, move. You can feel self-conscious and still move. Just keep going. "15 more seconds. Does it make you lift? Does it make you sink? Try to repeat one movement that keeps coming up. What's the most prominent movement? What's your body saying about this moment? Where does it store it in your chakras and your centers? Is it in your crotch? Is it in your heart? Is it in your head? Where is this moment?" 5 more seconds. Thank you. I forgot to mention the charity today, 519. Please donate if you can. They're a great organization helping people who are street involved and people, new immigrants. Please check out their website. So the last thing I want you to do is, this is going to be a weird one if you have neighbors or friends, but you're going to speak out loud as fast as you can, not that fast, as fast as you can for 1 whole minute. You're just going to speak. You can speak in the name of the character, in the voice of the character. You can describe what you're writing. You can describe what you just moved through. Anything you want, as long as for 1 whole minute you're speaking about this moment. Narrate it, talk about it. You're not stuck how you started. Talk to yourself if you want. Like, what is this moment? I don't know what it is. All that matters is for 1 minute, your mouth is moving. I'm going to do it with you, but maybe on mute. No, I'm not actually. I'm going to go to Flycam. 1 minute. This is the most important one. Speak everything you're thinking out loud about this moment. Go. As fast as you can. Ready, set, be loud even. Go. Blah, blah, blah. Keep talking. Don't think. Don't write things down. Ignore the construction. Keep talking. Talk louder than my construction. Talk even faster, 15 more seconds. I just muted my mic. I want you to describe this moment in 1 sentence. Everything you just learned, write down 1 sentence that you know, 1 truth, 1 idea, 1 sentence, 1 summary, 1 sentence about this moment. Put it in the comments if you can, so we can talk about it. While you're doing that, just think about it. Just go with your first answer. We have like 1 more minute. I want to say something I thought of. I was running a young creators unit last night on Zoom, my weekly unit. And a lot of them were talking about how to become disciplined as a writer, how to do 15 minutes every day of writing. And I said, something you need to think about is, maybe it's not about like, I need to sit down and write. It's about, I need to create a ritual space. I need to create a space for my storytelling, right? And I want you to think more about, if you go into that space every day for 15 minutes, maybe you're not even going to write down 1 word. Go into that space and just think about a moment. Move through a moment, draw a moment, play with a moment, right? Maybe you don't write anything that day, but it's going to create a system where you sit down with your story every day. It's more important. That's why a lot of famous writers go for long walks all the time. It's not that they're sitting there writing all day. It's that their whole body is engaging with their ideas, right? You need to think your story, dance your story, draw your story, speak your story. You don't just write your story. Right? And that was a real breakthrough for me. Now when I write, I don't just go into a blank page and I write. I identify which moments I'm working on, because if you go into your studio space knowing what you're working on, 1 moment, it's going to help you stay focused. It's going to help you feel accomplished, stay on track. And then the other thing is, be sure to write in your sentence. What did you get from that? What's your moment? I want to talk about that for 1 minute. So if you go in with a plan, right? I'm not just going in to keep adding to my plot, to just keep writing. I'm going to write today for an hour is not a clear plan, and it's destined for failure, right? Whereas if you can say, I'm going to specifically focus on these 3 moments today, or I'm going to uncover 1 moment today, 1 moment at a time, 1 day at a time, it's going to really help. Sitting back, moving sideways, thinking about the moment clearly. It's Bonet. It's a moment of awareness. So that's good. It's like knowing the difference between a moment of awareness versus a moment of discovery. Or maybe there's a little minor difference between this moment is where they become aware of something, but later is a moment where they process it. Or earlier is a moment where they can feel it coming, right? Like knowing what this moment is specifically. Stop talking so that we can be together is the moment. She says, not you, Jesse. But that's what she realized. This moment is about learning to stop talking so we can be together. It's about discovering silence. And if you're just writing through that, maybe you're never going to feel that silence. Maybe it was through sitting. I don't know, Anouk, how it happened for you, but maybe through sitting you realize, oh, this is a silent moment. Don't just push your plots forward. You got to really work hard at fleshing them out. That's your warm-up for today. So you have a cheat sheet right here full of energy, full of emotion, full of ideas, full of thoughts. Go write that scene now. Or next time you write a scene, just rewatch this video and try to, okay, I just wrote a scene. That was my first go at it. Can I go back and flesh it out? Can I add more to it? I think I'm way over time or almost on time. I don't know. The insecurity is the spark. The rage is the fuel. The motor force is the effect on bystanders. So that's like a lot of discoveries from Rob there. I really love the idea of insecurity sparking something, because usually you hear about a power starts something, or a strong idea starts something, or a leader starts something, whereas insecurity, that's so counterintuitive, and I love that. Something inside starts something, an internal whatever. I can't believe how young and beautiful she is in the photograph. I don't know what your piece is about, but I love that. Especially the can't believe part. It's like, what about it makes it hard to believe? Unpack that even more. A visceral sense of what Granny's nurturing comes from. A twisting that wells up in the belly. So Tamara discovered, where is this moment physically, right? And you don't have to write that for the actor. Please act like you're twisted in the belly. No, if you're putting that energy into it, watch what happens. That actor will automatically start going there because they'll pick up on your vibes. Escaping from the coffin, he wants to lock you in. Ooh, that's like, could be a really good title for something. He's trying to get away from something that he's trying to put people in. Okay, I have to go because I'm running out of time, but I love all these. We had the most serendipitous, successful discovery along the champs that night from Seeley. I love, instead of like we had a discovery that night, it's the most serendipitous, successful discovery. That's interesting. I don't know why. So that's all I got for today. That's a serendipitous, successful little moment from Seeley. Thank you all for listening. Thank you. Please take 2 seconds to like the videos, to share online, put something in the comments. A little bit of interplay really helps. And I will see you all again on Monday. Thank you for coming out. I hope you're all doing well. Here, I'll look at Fly one more time. Bye. Oh, what a cutie, sleeping upside down with my guitar. See you all soon. Bye.